Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. It's been a minute, and it's so good to see my closest friends here in the industry. As always, joined by Robert Samborski of Apollon Nutrition and the international man of mystery, Mr. Shane Smith of Stack3d. How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing good. Doing
Great.
very good. Wait.
So, Robert, you were just showing off air. You're drinking the 7-Up version of Ghost.
Yep, not bubble gum.
Do you feel any different compared to 7-Up?
You know what? I might be the only one. I like 7 Up, but
Yeah.
I think this is actually better than 7 Up.
Do you think it's sweeter? Some people have said sweeter.
I don't know if it's sweeter. I just think it's a little bit more pronounced flavor.
Okay.
But I really enjoy it. It's actually one of my favorites. Maybe not the favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites now.
Shane, what were you drinking? The OG Green Monster?
Well, it's meant to be the OG, but this is the zero sugar version.
Okay, so everyone's got theirs. So I got my 3D energy here. I'm a 3D guy. I don't think I drink
Oh,
3D,
I
but
like
3D is pretty
3D.
good.
I like
I
3D.
would much prefer that one.
So Shane, what's going on, brother? I feel like you've been on a world tour here. It's good to see you back. You were in Japan or China recently?
When was I last on here?
Oh God, I feel like a month ago.
No, more than a month, probably 2 or 3 months.
Maybe January, February. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It's like 6 months. Fuck.
I think before the Arnold Classic.
Well, yeah. Then if it was before the Arnold, then yeah. Well, it's just been kind of nonstop. And my office before was a pile of shit, so it was like trying to transition and then travel at the same time was not an easy feat.
Is your office finally finished? I know you've been posting updates, and I've been drawing at you about your flooring. Is your office done?
It's pretty. I mean, the top half, the titties are good, right?
I'm reading these comments. They're hysterical.
Just don't look downstairs. That's all.
So wait, but
Outside of that,
I was busting your nuts, Shane. I'm gonna ask Robic here, okay? Shane went ahead and installed the furniture first, and then put the flooring in. What would you do? Flooring first, then furniture?
Considering it's Shane, I'm not surprised. But to be honest with you, I would ask Marina to do it. I wouldn't give a shit.
I mean, traditionally you would do flooring first, but you understand, like, I'm trying to make this desk back here, so that entire back wall will be black. So it's meant to be built in. It's meant to look part of the wall per se. And if you have carpet that goes underneath, there will be that break of illusion, and I didn't want that. So.
But if you get bored of the furniture in 5 years, you move the furniture. Now you're gonna have a big cement piece where the furniture was.
Just so you know, I do everything because I just want to do it right now. In 5 years, who the fuck knows? Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Oh my
We'll
God!
see.
All right. So, Robert, I didn't ask you this weekend.
I'll buy some spare carpet just in case.
So I didn't ask you over the last 2 days. Did you try the wild chips yet?
No, not yet. Saving it for this coming Sunday.
Shane, have you tried wild chips?
Are you talking about the new stuff that they did or the old stuff?
Well, just with the chicken chips. They're basically like they compared it to a Quest, but they're made out of chicken.
Yeah, they've been around for like years.
Okay.
You can get them in an airport.
What do you think of them?
I mean, considering the carbs, it's not like, like they taste all right, but it's not the calories and the carbs aren't as good as you'd expect.
Okay.
Have you actually looked at them?
Yeah, no, I've looked at them. I like them better than Quest.
like
I personally like them better than Quest.
Yeah, but Quest has like 1 gram of net carbs and like half the calories. The wild chips had almost double the calories. It better taste fucking good.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying they're bad. I like them, but I wouldn't compare them to Quest. It's a different game.
Okay.
Legendary chips, I think are good.
So Shane, when you do traveling world tour here, was there any good brands? Anything you saw while you were out and about?
Where did I? Yeah, so where have I been? I've been to like 12 different countries since we last spoke, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of cool brands. I got to meet up with Paleo Sport in Eastern Europe, which, as I discovered, is called Paleo. I always pronounce it as polio, which you can imagine, and it's probably not the best way to. He said it to me, and then as he said it, I was like, I'm glad I didn't lead with Polio Sport. But yeah, it was. I That was a good brand. Got to meet up a bunch of people at FIBO. Obviously, the Art on UK. Got to meet quite a few people at in China,
Okay.
and then also I went to the Italian show. Um, yeah, in Rimini Wellness, or Rimini Wellness, which was a big show, but a shitload of Italians. Just very Italian show. Not really much more than Italian brands and stuff like that.
And that was the Italian market kind of quality, or kind of what's the quality of the products?
I mean, can't really tell on surface level of anything. You got to take them on a second date at least to know if it's like a, you know. But it's, I mean, on the surface, it was very nutrition heavy, kind of like a lot of Eastern Europe, very protein heavy, like nutrition focused supplements. You don't get test boosters too much or premium pre workouts. It's more or less about getting the right macros, helping your daily lifestyle, like oatmeals, kind of cleaner, functional twists on things that are just regular food anyway.
Okay.
Not too intense on like, yeah, like an Apollon selection. Very, and I think that's just usually a result of the spend the consumers have over there. They don't really have the freedom or income to go 300, $400 a month. So their focus comes more on convenience and nutrition and clean and foods and stuff like that.
Shane, do supplement companies like pop up like daily like they do here? I feel like every day there's like 10 new companies. Half of them are shit, but I feel like every day there's new companies opening up in the US. Is this popular
In
over
the
there?
US, oh yeah, in Europe, not so much.
Okay.
Like it's you don't really have the same avenues here. Like people in the UK, US, Canada, a little bit, some of those like bigger markets, you're more inclined to trust someone who just opened a Shopify store and it looks good, and like because you would be able to offer similar to what someone else offered, right? You make 5 products that's similar to what some of big name brands do. In Europe, you got to have several hundred. People would be going to their supplement brands to buy like everything they need. And if you can't really do that, why would they go with you? I would think it's doable, but I don't think it's as people aren't as trusting or bluesy is a good word, I guess.
What did
in
you call it? Bluesy?
US bluesy, like loose,
Oh,
like
okay.
sleeping around. Consumers are more willing to sleep around when the market's more reliable and trusting, and you can be serviced in different brands. Some
Okay.
markets people don't really do that. They want just one reliable thing, and if they can't get everything there, they don't do it.
Okay. So one question we'll ask both of you right at the gate here. What's the most impressive or disappointing product of the year thus far you guys have seen?
Oof.
I continue to be
Um,
disappointed with the fucking gummy market, but you know my stance on that.
what's wrong with the gummies? They're good. They taste nice.
They taste nice. Quality is a different story, but taste is different.
Okay,
Different.
maybe we'll get because I've done a bit of a lot of somewhat questioning in the background of this, but maybe we'll get through this question first. Worst or best?
Well, Robert, you still anti-peptides, supplement peptides?
No, no, not at all. I'm anti the fact that they're milking off something that is potentially probably good in pharmaceutical industry,
Yeah.
and they making it sound like they have the answer in the supplement industry. That's what I'm against. Everything. You can't just remember like years ago you had anabolic this, anabolic that, and it seems like it's coming back. They even have anabolic creatine, which is fucking ridiculous. And then peptides is pretty much attached to everything these days. So yeah, I'm against that. I'm not against peptides in general. I mean, they have their place. So I mean, that's, I think, along with excessive amount of gummies, and like Shane said, it tastes good, but I mean, come on, let's get real. So that's probably disappointing, but it's not from a particular brand. It's just across from people that are doing it. And I guess margins is everything, and hype and bullshit. So but then again, it's nothing new, so it's totally understandable.
I think.
Yeah, I think I'm far more hard pressed to say what is, a supplement or a product that I'm impressed with, because honestly, I mean, if I'm gonna say that I'm impressed with, the specialist, then it's gonna be kind of biased, even if it's true. But apart from that, I don't know. I'm always I, honestly not impressed with anyone at all. Like I haven't seen one product that I would be impressed and say, "Wow, wow, this is innovation. This is something that's really, really good." Nothing. But NutraBio surprised me, and NutraBio surprised me with the launch of the protein that raspberry. What was that? Raspberry.
Yeah, Snoop just
Strudel?
did. There's always been
Yeah,
strudel. Yeah.
raspberry strudel. That impressed me. It seems like I'm impressed with not much, nothing impressive, but I'm impressed because it's something different. I haven't seen these type of flavors a lot, even though it's like raspberry. We've done the raspberry donut, but raspberry strudel, I think it's a nice kind of little play. I didn't expect it from NutraBio. It's simple, but at least you know that from them it's definitely going to be a quality protein. And I kind of liked it. I hope that it tastes good. I talked to Justin, and Justin said that it tastes very, very good. I mean, NutraBar is not known for the best flavors, but nevertheless, I think they improved in the last couple of years. They definitely evolved, and he said that the flavor is very, very good. So that's the only thing, probably.
Shane, you drop 10, 12
I
articles a day. There's got to be something that you've seen over the last couple of months that kind of you were like, whoa,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty
that
cool.
makes that makes it worse though, because in my basket to choose from is much broader than the average person. Like if you saw something in passing, you'd be like, "Oh my god, that was like amazing." It would stick out to you. To be honest, I'll use the answer because when I was in China, I visited NNB, and they actually asked me a question. And this isn't necessarily like my biggest innovation of the year or biggest, um, but they asked me what my favorite ingredient was, and I said Purest creatine, and they're like, "Oh, it's like it is just creatine." And I said, "I like it because of the principle, because of what they did. Like whatever you think of all their other ingredients, right? Like Creapure has been the lone branded creatine for like decades, right? One of the very, very first branded ingredients that you could say was the one that kind of made brand ingredients a thing, right? And it's gone unchallenged for forever, right? Nobody has come out with a premium, superior, tested, pure creatine that really had the bandwidth that Creapure did, right? So I like the fact that they just put their nuts on the table and were like, yeah, sure, we'll take a swing at it, right? Like you, like no one else has even. It's amazing that no one else has attempted it and had a good chance at it, despite the fact that Creapure has been as popular as it is. So
So what's so
I
special
said,
about Purist though?
it's essentially the same kind of broad scheme. Like you get like Creapure. What's so special about that? It's the reliability, the consistency, and the purity, right? Because you don't necessarily know if it's, I don't know, 99% or 95% or whatever the hell it may be.
Yeah.
You don't know that. Whereas Creapure gives you that reliability, right? You're not just grabbing anyone's creatine from some random country. So that's kind of, and I mean, it's German made. I don't really know if that like adds anything to it outside of just saying that. But Purist Creatine, similar kind of concept. You have 99.9 whatever percentage guaranteed purity, and so you've got that quality control, I guess.
Okay.
And so again, even though it sounds relatively straightforward, no one, again, with all the copycats we've got out there, with all the different things we've seen, no one has taken a good swing at trying to, like, if anything else in the industry is doing well and it seems achievable, you would get 50 people doing it next week. But for whatever reason, no one took a swing at Creapure. And like, you have had Concrete, which I think is different, but this is, I applauded their attempt, like at trying to do it right. Like whether or not it becomes as popular, I just applauded them for coming out right when creatine's taken off and just saying, "Fuck it, we'll give it a go, see how it goes." And it seems to be doing quite well.
You know what? I actually, I didn't even think about it, but now what Shane was saying it, I will 100% agree with what he said, because the thing is that think about it. Uh, like for example, me as a brand owner, I know when I go to my manufacturer, I know obviously who my manufacturer is, but the thing is, the end consumer doesn't know most of the time who manufactures the products and when they manufacture under what conditions. So something like creatine or beta-alanine, one of those generic products, it can be of a questionable purity. It does happen sometimes because you don't know where they're sourcing it. For most part, they actually fine. Creatine is fine. It's cheap, and beta alanine, of course, it's. I would say 99% of the time it's good, and it's probably as high, almost as high as any quality, even the trademark. However, I mean, if the consumer sees something like Purest creatine, considering all the, backup information and everything that they have listed and testing and whatnot, then at least the consumer can rest assured that they're getting a
Yeah.
premium creatine. And just to elaborate a little bit more, I don't like Creapure. I don't like Creapure not because of the product. I don't like Creapure because of the people behind the product. I've dealt with them once, and I'll tell you, I mean, it's a fucking headache. I mean, it's a major, major headache.
Oh, you're talking about the company.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. I thought you. I was going to say, like, do you not like German? I
No, no,
thought
no,
you
no,
were
no.
going
It's
down
the
that
yeah,
road.
people behind Creapure, and there is another thing is the difference between something like Creapure, Purest creatine, and regular creatine. There's not much of a difference. There's pretty much most of the time it's pretty identical, so to speak. But uh, you pay for the fact that you're guaranteed to have a good product. I mean, you're pretty
Yeah.
much guaranteed, so that's a good thing. However, I have a problem with the fact that Creapure, and I'm not going to disclose information in terms of pricing, but I can tell you this: that Creapure creatine is not just a little bit more expensive. We're talking few times more expensive.
I
You
was
can
going to ask
multiply.
that. I was curious. Like,
Yeah,
how much more expensive?
it's more expensive. I'll tell you off the air because, like I said, I don't want to get into it and disclose it like
Yeah.
publicly. But I can tell you this: we're not talking like 50% more expensive. We're talking a lot more expensive
Wow.
than regular
Okay.
creatine monohydrate. And I know that I've used Purist right now in upcoming product. Purist creatine is a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit more expensive than regular creatine monohydrate, which makes them very, very competitive with Creapure. And it's just as good as far as I know. It's pretty much the same, more or less. At least it's of the same purity. So at least they not try to rip you off in terms of like that it's 300 or 400% more expensive. So I think in that retrospect,
Interesting.
yeah, in that retrospect, I think Shane is right. I mean, if we're talking, for example, about NNB, then diluting the DL 185, I'm not a fan. I think that that's not a very good product and not well priced, and I no. But Purist creatine, it seems like, like you said, the simplicity of it, that nobody challenged Pure, and all of a sudden, I think that NNB made a very bold move, and I think that was a perfectly executed as well. So you know what? I think that he's right. Surprisingly enough, the simplest thing in life, and it's probably one of the best or standouts of the year so far.
But Robert, are they guaranteeing a percentage of the purest creed? 99.5? Are they giving a
I
percentage?
remember them. I remember it being like 99.99
Yeah,
or
it's
something like
something
that. I
like
Really?
can't
that. It's
remember the
pretty
exact
high.
amount, but
Like I can tell you, we've
that is the
used.
thing with it.
Yeah, we've used creatine, I believe, from India a while ago, and that creatine, because I remember it was sourced from India, was like 98 point something percent. So it's pretty much up there. I know that Purist, I believe that it's over 99%. But again,
Yeah.
from and again, not to turn my own horn, but if you're buying creatine monohydrate from somebody like NutriBio or Apollon Nutrition or even Salucor, one of those brands that you at least what's in the product, then creatine monohydrate is going to be 100% fine. You have absolutely no issues. But if you're buying from some other brands, and not necessarily bad brands, but just some other brands, you have no idea who manufactures for them. You don't know where they're sourcing it from. And I'm not saying they're cheating. Maybe they manufacturers are cheating. Maybe they manufacturers are buying some crap and they putting in a product. It's very, very possible. But then when you're gonna read Create Pure or you're gonna use read
Yeah.
Purist, at least you can sleep at night knowing that you're getting creatine. So there is a slight advantage in that for sure.
Yeah, I agree. So, guys, are collabs still a thing, or are they collabs dying off a little bit? I know that was a question that came in.
Well, depends what kind of collapse.
Well, someone had said Ghost, like Soda Ghost, like Ghost and Panda. I know
Well,
Panda's notorious for their pre-workout collaborations.
well, it,
What kind of
it,
collabs are you
it
talking about?
Yeah, I mean, interesting enough, Shane and I, we talked about collabs, I think about a week or two ago.
Mm.
And I know that Ghost did something that I'm not saying that Ghost were the innovator or they came up with something that nobody came before them, but I know that Ghost definitely kind of like Jim Stepani. When JYM came out, they were not the first transparent company in the world, but they definitely put transparency on a map. I mean, they came and actually made a statement with that. And I know Mark Glazer was a little bit upset about it because he was before Jim, but you have to give Jim the nod on the fact that they are the transparent company who actually made the whole kind of revolutionize, so to speak, the whole transparency thing. So they deserve the respect. In the same way, Ghost came out, and I think Shane said that Salucor, I might be wrong, was before them or somebody else that did a collab with
Muscle
either
Tech.
Muscle Tech. I'm sorry, that Muscle Tech did, and it was also Oreo, I believe.
It was. I think it was. Yeah, maybe it was Oreo. It was Hershey's chocolate, and I think you're right. I think it might, the other there were two. It might have, the other one might have been Oreo, but it wasn't like it
Yeah,
just
so
said Oreo on the label.
Yeah, and these guys, I mean, Ghost made a huge splash, and then obviously everybody tried to do what Ghost did. Some succeeded, some didn't succeed, but the fact is, you have to give credit to Ghost. Ghost did it the way that nobody else did, and that's just a fact. And on the other side, you have Panda. Panda actually did obviously a marketing move where they collaborated with different brands to kind
Yeah,
of get a little bit piece of a pie from popularity of the other brands and kind of get attention, which is not bad. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
smart marketing move. But I think, I mean, from my perspective at least, and few people that I talk to, I think it's been done now and it kind of overstayed its welcome and it's just not exciting anymore. I don't see the excitement. That's the reason why I think that collapse would be cool if they are actually cool. But if you're trying to do the very same thing again and again and again, then it kind of loses potency because the product is not getting better.
Yeah.
The formulas are not getting better, the protein is not getting better, and even the taste. I mean, let's be honest, some of the collabs, even unfortunately, but I have to admit, Oreo collab was cool in terms of what it represented, but the taste wasn't exactly fantastic. I mean, you have a couple of brands that do cookies and cream far better than Ghost and Oreo did it. So I think that collabs are, if they have something unique, if they have something really truly cool and innovative, then yeah, maybe. Other than that, I think that I'm not saying it's a thing of a past. I just it lost the excitement that it used to have, and Ghost still, they the best when it came to it.
Shane, is it me or does Icy seem to whore themselves out to everybody? I feel like I've seen Icy on 5 collabs in the last week and a half.
yeah. I think must have split their IP, right? Like, because I think it was because there's the energy drink, there's soda, and then there's like supplements. It seems to be a bit spread. To be honest, I like what Robert said about the like. I think they have lost their thrill, right? Like, I still think they have their reach. So if I put like I don't know, like an Oreo protein powder at the front of the store at Walmart, it's going to pop out to people that don't like protein powder. Like, I think it will still have that ability to do what it needs to do, but they don't. It's like how many Avatar movies are you going to see, right? They can't. You can just keep redoing it and redoing it, and obviously they'll still people still go buy them, but I think they just don't have that pop. But I still think they are very like successful tools, especially the interbrand ones. I think they help leverage each other's audiences, right? If you can, like in Panda's example, they team up with another brand, the other brand teams up with them. There will be like a shared interest from both sides. Like their fans will see them, and then whatever. And then again, like the food ones, I think are really cool, just because someone who hates protein powder but likes Oreo might now buy that. Like, I feel like that's a great tool to use, but it just doesn't have that like impulse where you would probably have 10,000 people going and buying it and trying it because they've never seen it before. I think it'll kind of lost that a bit.
Shane, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't. I thought for a second it was us.
Yeah, no, it's Sean. Sean, we can't hear you.
God damn it. Old men and their goddamn talking and the fucking technology.
He looks
You
like
can't
he's in
say anything.
like like a
He looks
Chinese movie.
confused. You need to put your glasses on
All right, is that,
that are tied around your neck. Oh
can you
no,
hear
there
me?
it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know what's going on with this mic here. Sorry. But what I'm saying is I don't have a ton of feedback, but a lot of people are saying that the C4 Reese's Peanut Butter Cup was not a good collab. How if you tried that one, Shane?
I haven't tried it.
Oh, the protein powder?
Yeah, protein powder.
No. Yeah. No, did they do? Yes, they did. Yes.
It's like a year ago, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, you have to think about it this way, though, right? Like, if someone said, it wasn't like someone said, "Oh, I tried that Reese's one," right? Just the phrase, right, of you saying, "I tried the Reese's one, it wasn't that good." In theory, that means C4 arguably achieved all it was trying to achieve, right? The fact that you referenced trying it because it was Reese's is all that they wanted you to do. Because no one's going around saying I tried Optimum's basic bitch peanut butter, right? Because no one cares. But the phrase of I tried that Reese's one and it wasn't that good. Now, yeah, maybe they catch 50% of the people that try it like it, but that whole point of getting you to try it just because is realistically the whole concept of collab. Because if it was just a C4 peanut butter, you probably wouldn't have given a shit. And it's not like it's going to cost them radically more money to like do a partnership. It might be a small fee per unit, or it might be a fee across several thousand units. But that point of them getting to try it is entirely the point of it all. Because you probably might not have even given C4 protein they weren't even in the protein category before that. So to get someone to try it, even though they have no reliability in it, is a feat in itself. But that's the whole point. I think a lot of these collabs is to get you to try it because not like it's a tool as much as it would be to like add estrogen, right? My protein has estrogen, maybe you want to try it. My protein, you add all these things together that help people want to try it, and there you go. You might hook them in, you might not.
Yeah, but is the whole purpose of I just did a collab, but is the whole purpose though to have a customer buy it again and again and again and not get or just start investing in the brand and not get turned off from the first product if it's not good?
Yeah, but like, yeah, but you got. I mean, I guess it goes both ways, right? Because if you didn't have a Reese's peanut butter, they might never have tried you at all. They might not have given
True.
you a second of that, right? And yeah, maybe because you're forcing people to try it because of the Reese's affiliation, the percentage is like if you try it naturally, maybe the hit rate's lower. But at the same time, all the people are trying it just because it's Reese's, right? Even if you get 25% of that group, that's still far better than you not having anybody interested at all because it's just plain old peanut butter.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess it's no different like Robic. Like, hey, if he decreases caffeine or upped his caffeine, right? Maybe you would have less people that liked it if it was this and this. You don't. You just it's just a tool. You add it if it is what it is, and then like yeah, I mean, because they did the cookies, the white chocolate cookies and cream, and the Reese's peanut butter, and then they had a vanilla, which was no collab, which I thought was interesting that they threw one in there that wasn't a collab. So like, yeah, I mean, I think that is the point of a collab, because while, like you said, it might turn people off if it sucks, at least they're looking at you, right? And not many people
True.
these days, I would think, would probably be buying the exact same protein powder over and over again. The whole point of a collab is to get you to come over. I would find it. I would see that that's the benefit because if someone's already buying you month after month, why the fuck would you add another flavor? They already know what they want. So what's the point?
And I think that also, like, I think that it creates a lot of hype. It gets a lot of attention because let's face it, for most
Yeah.
part, and I'm speaking, this is only a personal opinion. I've tried a few collabs. I've tried not a lot of them because that doesn't appeal to me much. But the ones that I tried, actually, of all of them that I tried, the only two that I personally liked, and I thought that they were pretty impressive in terms of collab. I'm not talking about quality. We're not talking about anything. Then it was Ghost Not a Butter. I really like that one. Not the chocolate one. The chocolate one I didn't like. And then again, personal. And the second one was I was impressed. I wanted to hate it, but I couldn't. Was Rice and Skippy. I That was
Oh yeah.
impressive. That was very very impressive in terms of collab because it did taste like Skippy's peanut butter, which was very very impressive. And again, I'm not talking right now about quality because that's a completely different subject. Because if you look at it, they trying right now to get people to buy that normally would not buy products. I mean, that's the reason probably why
Yeah.
you see today a lot of kids doing reviews of protein. They completely ignoring the fact what's in it, what kind of protein, what kind of
Yeah.
concentrate, what kind of ingredients, other ingredients. They don't probably even know, but they go for the taste and they go for the inclusions. That's typically what they go to for. And today, Carolina was actually speaking to one of our athletes who's getting ready for a show, and we typically would send him, monthly allowance because he's a sponsored athlete. I'm talking about Kirill Hudaev. And he said, when you send me isolate, please do not send me cookies and cream, because he
Interesting.
said, well, it actually makes perfect
Yeah.
sense because it has cookies in it. It's not good for him. It's not a good product.
Yeah.
It's not a good product for an athlete. So now an average Joe will say, oh wow, cookies in it. I mean, it kind of defies the purpose. And I understand that it's only a little bit of sugar in it. It's not like fucking 10 grams or 20
Yeah.
grams of sugar, but it still has some sugar that an athlete or somebody who's truly watching his diet, or even a diabetic, most likely will not have that particular protein on the surface. It's an isolate. So if somebody is doing a review, you're going to say like, whoa, this is an isolate, 24 or 25 grams of protein and that many calories. And that's pretty much all they look at. And then they put it in the little shaker cup. They drink and they're like, oh my God, tastes just like Oreo, tastes amazing. And then you have people who are buying it, but, and this is often what I have a problem with, is that I believe that we kind of like change the whole spectrum of where supplements are today. But I think we have just to find a kind of common middle ground where we're talking about, because the thing is something that has, we talked before we started the show, we talked about the potato chips, or or chicken chips, and
Yeah.
and Shane was saying, calories and carbs, because it has the word protein. So for an average Joe, oh, like, this must be good for me.
Yeah.
You can still get fat off of those products. You can still, fuck up your cholesterol, diabetes, sugar, and all kind of crap, and you're probably not going to lose any weight. So it's very, very psychological. I'm drinking protein shake. Yeah, motherfucker, you just had Apollon Nutrition, 3-time brand of the year, isolate protein that has fucking cookies in it. I mean, I'm kind of shitting on my own product right now, but it's the truth. The highlight of cookies and cream is the fucking cookies, and it's just not the way it should be. But I guess this is the kind of market we live in right now. And like Shane said, the reason for those collabs is pretty much to get the attention. Simple as that. Most of the time, they for limited period of time. And if somebody is very serious on a diet and serious about they macros, and they calculate everything, those products are not good for him.
So, Robbie, how does Rise to Skippy compare to salted peanuts?
I mean, I'm biased, but I think salted peanuts is way better. But it doesn't taste like Skippy. It just, as a flavor, I think it's
Yeah.
better. But if we are talking which one is closer to Skippy, then rice beats salted peanuts with ease. We're talking about flavor. Everybody who tried, as far as I know, salted peanuts prefers salted peanuts. But in terms of Skippy, I gotta give them credit. They nailed it.
Okay. I was trying to get a soundbite out of you, but anyway. So since we're on the detour here of protein, what do you guys think about the whole grass-fed protein hype? I'll give you my 2 cents, but I don't know if you guys are down the rabbit hole like I go.
Well, you and I talked about it. It's about the fact that, what Justin posted, and I know that it created a little bit of a noise, and I was asked about that too. I mean, we all know that it's bullshit. I mean, that's simple as that. It's bullshit. It's just an isolate. If you, I remember even talking to my manufacturer at one point, and I said, if somebody says grass-fed protein, can you test for it? He says, no, you can't.
Yeah.
It's gonna come as a whey protein isolate. It's just bullshit. It's a marketing gimmick, and I would say that everybody within the industry knows, and the brands are hyping it up as something that it's not, and then review channels are obviously hyping it up for obvious reasons, and that's how the public and the customers are misled to believe that it's maybe a better product, but it's not.
Yeah, for me, it's the brands that are saying it's got more omega-3s in it, omega-3s, omega-6s,
What?
when a good protein might have 1 gram of fat in it. So let's be serious here.
Who says that?
Oh, Shay, believe me, a lot of these people plug it, and when I say when
I
you
heard that
realize
too.
it's like 50 it might be 50 micrograms of omega 3s in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be jack shit.
But
Yeah, it's bullshit.
let's look at the other stupidity too. Okay, was the cow fed grass the day it was milked, or has the cow been fed consistently grass from day one? Who the fuck knows?
No, I
That's a
mean
good
it's a
point. Or
gimmick.
is his
It's a
mum
gimmick, and
fed
it's a
grass
lie.
too?
It's
Well,
bullshit.
What'd you say, Shane?
is his mum fed grass? Is his dad fed grass? Like, hey, these are all details that. Is this a generational grass? Is it shitty grass? Did they shit in the grass? The clean grass? I feel like. I mean, look, I've had protein powder for what 20 fucking years, and I still have Optimum Gold Standard and Dymatize ISO 100. Like, I'll shift between them. I've had some of the best in the world, and then some of this, like, okay, I've had some of the best in the world, and I didn't notice too much difference, if any, in terms of how I feel. Just depends how it tastes. I have had some absolute dog shit proteins that have made me shit my pants, though. So, in saying that, you can get a really bad one, but I don't believe that the best ones that you might pay triple the price for and double the price are realistically going to have maybe a measurable and scientific like laboratory like standards you might be able to measure, but on the outside, like when you're just fucking benching and squatting and fucking rowing and then just throwing down a can of caffeine to get you going and like you're gonna put in a little bit more of protein, it's gonna maybe speed this up. I don't think your body's gonna like have any kind of noticeable effect across, yeah, at least on the outside.
No. So for anybody listening to this, the only term grass fed will apply to is if you're having a good steak at a restaurant. It's the only way grass fed will work. Agree,
You
disagree?
know what they should do? They should serve grass beside it, just to so you kind of feel like or just leave like a little blade in there, just so it's like, oh yeah, that's right, it is grass. Not that protein. Maybe some protein powders can just sprinkle a bit of grass shavings in there and be like, oh shit, this is real. This is grass fed. He didn't digest it all. He shit out some blades. It's good. Might make it like inclusions, grass inclusions.
You realize whenever Shane's on the podcast, shit has to get involved somehow or another to Shane's mouth. Always. You want to talk about fiber fuel?
Just...
You want to talk about fiber fuel too?
What's fiber fuel? Oh, I thought this was another story.
Come on, know the Apollon brand line. So, Robin, talking about your formulas, somebody did ask. A lot of your formulas are very robust. How do you, as a formulator, know when to say when? Like, when do you know to stop adding ingredients?
I don't think that you need to necessarily add ingredients. You can just change the order. You can add ingredients. You can change the dosages. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do. Like, to be honest with you, I thought that over time, last version was maxed out. Like, there is no way we can improve on that. But then you had a few ingredients that came out, and there are a few changes that could have been made. And like, for example, even that ingredient from NNB, Solidro Pure, that's a solid ingredient. That one I actually like a lot. So adding it to um Robert doesn't stop. Uh, so adding that ingredient, I think, made a huge difference. But I think that there is always a possibility. Like, I'm gonna give you just um, one thing about Hooligan, for example, right? I think I actually did say it before. So the previous Hooligan V7, I thought the formula was spot on. I mean, that I really am so proud of that formula. V7 was great, and nobody, actually, I'm lying. When somebody came out and criticized that formula, only one person when it came out criticized that formula. Only one, and he's sitting with us here at the podcast.
Wasn't me.
No,
Sean, what did you
it wasn't
say, you
you.
son of a bitch?
If it's not me,
No, it was.
What did I say?
Yeah. So well, when I'm going to remind you, you're going to say, yeah, I did say it. So the only person to criticize me was Shane, because I reached out to him, and typically he's the one that I will share a lot of information with, and he saw the formula, and he goes to me, okay, it was too late to change, but he criticized me. He goes, why the fuck, he says, did you change the caffeine content? I was like, well, maybe we're gonna go a little bit lighter, and I lowered it by 100 milligram. It was 500 milligram,
Oh
and he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
to me, you shouldn't have done that. He says that's a big mistake. I was like, why? I said, I mean, it's 500. I mean, it's still fucking strong as fuck. And he goes to me. He said it to me back then, and it was around uh 2024, I think, when we released it. 2023, 2023, probably, when I came up with the formula. And he said to me, don't change. He says, if you're trying to play the game of, calming down and being a little bit more mainstream and a little bit more, like others, or to please anyone, he says, don't do it. Hooligan meant to be 600 milligram of caffeine. He says, you shouldn't have done it. He says, that's the only thing I don't like. And at that point, I actually agreed with him, but it was too late. So I kept it 500. And the fact that we had 600 milligram of theobromine, that kind of like, you know, made up for it, so to speak. But ever since Hooligan, I love that formula. I love the fact that it was a true 20/40 split. But that 500 milligram of caffeine, I wish he wouldn't have said that to me, but that was bothering me for fucking 3 years. It did not sit well with me. And then few people actually commented on that, and they said, well, it's still a very strong product, but why is it 500? Hooligan is supposed to be 600 milligram. So, this one is obviously a better formula for sure than the previous one. So the new one is a better formula, but it is 600 milligram of caffeine. I wouldn't fuck around with that anymore. I kept it as is. So there's always room for improvement, but yeah, the 500 milligram, like I said, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a mistake.
So, Rob, every time we do a TikTok, we always have a request here, and someone keeps asking, when's it coming back? When's it coming back?
Uh, probably, I think 27, because right now, I mean, again, when Shade said hardcore, 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 brand, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and fucking release a pre-workout every month for the rest of the year. It is just gonna be different.
Shane, wait until you get the new Assassin. I'm going to admit it, I did half a scoop of the green apple, but it's very good. Very good. Tastes good, and
Wait,
the focus and everything.
The version they just dropped.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been pounding that bitch. What are you doing half for?
Because that's the way I am. I want to sleep. For the month.
I don't understand. What are you like? Are you only doing half the exercises? What is this like? Just for arm day? What is going on here? Why are you doing half?
Because that's my tolerance. So if I do a full scoop and I don't like it, and somebody asks me, I'll say, look, I didn't feel good on a full scoop. Wouldn't it be better to taking half a scoop and say, look, I felt awesome on it, versus taking a full scoop and saying I had a shitty workout and I felt like shit? Which would sell better.
No, I stopped listening when you said you had half a scoop. What are we doing here? I don't understand. Like, go get something lighter then. Go grab Lionheart. Robic didn't design this with half a scoop in mind, and I'm pretty sure about that. I'm pretty sure when he writes it down, he's like, hey, we're going to have exactly 3.2, exactly this, right? He's not sitting there, oh, what about Sean? How's he going to like this at fucking half a scoop?
I think you do have half of the hole on the ingredient panel, don't you?
I do, but
Dunkin'
you know
Donuts
what?
in half
Actually,
too?
Shane is right. So when I do Hooligan, I do full dosages of everything. I don't do half. And then when I
Yeah.
gave it to my graphic designer to design the label, I was like, well, the 40 servings that I just divided in half.
If I'm going down and taking Eric Schwartz with me, he did half a scoop too. So fuck you.
He's an old man. He's the older. And he's also not on here publicly stating he's a half scooper.
I'm trying to indirectly give a plug for the product, regardless if the whole scoop or full scoop. Damn it, you.
Yeah, wrong audience, dude. You should have bought. In fact, you should. I don't
Should I
know,
just-
because Lucas would have said the same thing.
Should I just go to Walmart and get C4 then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you're half scooping it, yeah, may as well. You don't care about full
The problem
dosages.
is he might have scoop C4.
Nah, he's not doing. I hope he's not fucking doing that. You actually have to double scoop because I think the regular is 200 or 150.
But you know, the good note, I am full scooping Masha's Peaches though. Have you had Masha's Peaches yet?
We're talking about is that the protein?
The Enigma.
Oh, the amino. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So.
Robin, is that going to be a staple? Someone had asked, is that going to be a full-time staple, the Enigma Peach Lemonade?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's already our best-selling Enigma by far. So yeah, 100%.
Okay. Anything else from the Masha line, or anything else that Masha's going to focus on?
Well, she did do the flavors for all the assassin, all the hooligan, and bare knuckle, and the special collab that is coming up in September. Because our partner in crime on that collab was had to be a pain in the ass with the flavor that he came up with. So that was a bitch. But
Oh,
yeah.
Is it safe to say we know who the collab is with?
I think you
I was
just
like, who the
answered
fuck's
that
he talking
question.
about?
I tried to push as much as I could. Finally, you realized. Yeah, but
Wake up, Shane.
yeah,
No,
but
I was thinking because like you said how you did Marsha's peaches, I feel like it would be a disservice if you didn't do Marsha's melons at a later date.
oh god,
I feel like you have to, right? If you're doing peaches in the seductive way that you did, I feel like it's not too far of a stretch to do melons.
no, it's not a stretch anymore. But
Wait a minute.
no,
It's
I
not
mean
melons, though,
she's
Robert.
pretty much
You
she pretty
re-
much handles now all the flavors. So that works. But she's gonna do a couple of things that was also Shane's idea. So we're gonna reveal pretty soon.
It can't be Masha's melons. You already said she doesn't have melons. It's got to be something else.
She has seeds.
Oh, I feel like that's a bit rough. I was just saying like, hey, in the
Well, but she compensates with a peach, so that's a big peach.
I feel like melons are well. I actually had this discussion. No, I won't bring this up actually.
Why not,
No,
Shane? Go ahead.
I'll
No one
bring
else is
this. No, no,
listening.
no. I'll bring this up after because it's even for me it's a misogynistic kind of conversation.
You're actually turning on a filter?
100% in a live sitting like this. Yeah, I'm sitting on a fucking filter. Of course.
All right. Also, Robert Morphogen. And I don't know who Jason Poston is. I know he just
Yeah, I
signed with the
saw
company.
that.
I don't know who that is.
That's
So you can educate me.
Prosups. Prosups, like he was one of their flagship athletes years ago. Like, well, shit, a decade ago. Was he a physique competitor if I'm not mistaken?
I think physique or classic physique, something like that. I think physique. I
Yeah.
think you might be right. I mean, he's an influencer. I think more of an influencer right now, and I think he has shitload of followers, like a million or two or three, something like that.
He's always had a lot, but I don't know if it's I hadn't heard of him for quite some time. I don't think that
Me
I,
neither.
th-
Yeah, I
I
just
thought it
know
was a
of
weird
him. I don't know
announcement.
him, but I know that I heard that Morphogen signed him recently. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know what's changed, obviously, because Brand has never had athletes, and now he's got Nick Heft, the owner. He signed Mike Condell, who just won the 212 New York Pro, and now this Jason Poston. So I wonder if he's turning the coin, or if these people are turning the profit
I
here or
don't
not.
think that Nick thing is you'd consider that an athlete. I would assume he's given him because he said he's a co-owner, right? I would assume he's given him some sort of
It's probably
ownership. So I wouldn't say that's like a athlete as much as Chris Bumstead is part owner of Raw. I would think that Jason. I don't know if it's the same situation, but I wouldn't consider he's like paying him 10 grand a month or anything like that for his athlete
yeah. I would think
affiliation.
maybe
I
some
don't
kind of
know.
sliding scale. Like every year Nick's there, he gets like a higher percentage of the company. Maybe I don't know.
I would actually because I did always wonder this with guys like and I had heard about this in other companies where they would hire an athlete, like hire them to do like marketing or sales or social channels, and then because they were an athlete, it was like affiliated with. So they basically just hired them to do a job that they were going to hire someone else to do, but with an athlete of some substance. Maybe Jason's the same. Maybe you hired him as like a marketing guy, and then you get his following slash his work hours. I don't know.
Nick did a post the other day, and somebody actually commented, "We give him a year or two with his track record of companies." So I couldn't help but laugh.
I
Well,
mean,
he's a big
listen,
part
it's
owner
not
though now,
wrong to
so
comment something like that because I mean, let's be perfectly honest. Nick's been with a different company almost
yeah.
on a on an annual basis. I mean, every year it changes, and I think that the credibility does it does hurt your credibility when you're changing brands so much. Also, the market shifted. We just talked about the fact that it's gaining a little bit more mainstream following in terms of like the collabs, the inclusions, and it's going towards that market where the influencers are playing a much bigger role. And I can tell you because we talked about this recently. Masha probably is one of our best in terms when it comes to influencing, and her following is not even a thousands. But I think that people can relate to real. People wanna let's be perfectly honest. And again, zero disrespect, none whatsoever. But how many people from a mainstream want to look like Nick Walker?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's something that again, I'm not being a hater. I'm just being honest. And I think that I think Morphogen is way older, or at least a little bit older than Apollon Nutrition, which probably means that it's over 11, 12, 13 years that it's been around. And it was always very under the radar, more like good formulations, good products. They were always a solid company. I have nothing but respect for Morphogen, but they were never impactful in terms of not even mainstream, but a little bit wider audience. You don't see them a lot in stores and stuff like that. But they were pretty stable for what they were offering and how they were, ran as a company. They were very stable. And in the last couple of months with Nick Walker and now this new guy, Jason Poston, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so they clearly changing the way they doing things, and they kind of reinventing the company, and they kind of, I mean, maybe they had an investment, maybe they changing. I mean, it's for them to know. I don't want to speculate because I just don't know. But clearly there are changes. Now the main question is, will it change the perception of the company? Will they cross to the mainstream? Will they cross to athletes buying the products more? That question, I don't know. It depends. You probably have to investigate, and I didn't do it. Has the following changed? The popularity changed of the brand? What impact Nick Walker brought to the brand? I mean, if it's true that Nick is one of the owners now and has some kind of equity or percentage, it depends on that percentage. And obviously, Nick was getting paid rather well by the companies that were, sponsoring him. So for him to go for something like that, he would have to be, my guess, well compensated or promise something above that, because at the end, it's still a business thing. But I don't know. I don't know. It's been a few months. Maybe Shane can see better than I do because obviously he looks into into the brands more. But is it impactful? Is it because spending money on Nick, whether paying him a salary or giving him percentage of the company, that's still spending money. And then hiring somebody who has million, two or three followers, I mean, he's not gonna come just for free product. Obviously, there is a salary involved, and it's probably substantial too. So it's a rather large investment. If it pays off, great. But I don't know. I really don't know.
My 2 cents, I could be completely wrong. Nick no longer says I'm going to be Mr. Olympia. He has not said that statement in a while, and I think he's starting to look to his future, whether it's going to be a long-term owner or he's starting to look to the big picture, realizing he's not going to be Mr. Olympia.
All I said from my perspective when Nick was with Raw, I honestly believe, especially since Raw was, and Shane might agree or disagree with it. He knows probably better, but Raw was acquired by ESN, which is a fucking huge company. No, not Raw. Was it Raw? Raw?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So if they acquired by ESN, let's be clear. Number one, Raw has Bumstead, and Bumstead is one of the owners. Regardless of the fact that he retired, Bumstead is one off, if still not the biggest name when it comes to influence. And then Raw also has now Sam Sulek that does have play.
Yep.
He's pretty relevant. And then ESN, because it's under the ESN umbrella, they have Urs Kersinski, who I believe, from what I was told, is absolutely killing it for ESN. Like he is one of the major, major stars. So again, no disrespect, but do they really need Nick Walker?
Yeah.
That's just again not being a hater. I just want to make sure that I'm just putting it in perspective. Do they need Nick Walker? I don't think so because When you have those guys and they actually look more mainstream, more attainable, more attractive physiques, that's a whole different. I don't think they need bodybuilders at all. I mean, they pretty set. They have the best of the best.
Yeah. Guys, it's been confirmed by our favorite Russian. Masha doesn't have melons. It's been confirmed. But we still love her anyway.
Well, you should exist.
So someone just wrote, someone should vlog taking a full scoop of assassin, then trying a patience challenge, staring at the wall, do not speak for 5 hours. We'll probably hallucinate at that point.
Sean,
I could probably take assassin, go to the gym, and then come back home and go to sleep pretty easily.
Shane probably can.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
not working hard enough in the gym, Sean. This is your problem.
Well, I'm getting old, dude. I'm breaking down here. So, oh my God. I know, guys, we got to kind of go through a lot here, but what else can we talk about here?
Anything you want.
Robic, with a product like Over the Top, which is by far the most loaded intra, I guess it's been pre-workout.
No,
How
no,
do
it's
you?
intra. It's intra, correct. Over the top is intra.
Oh, over the top. I'm sorry, I'm thinking overtime. How do you make it better when it's already leading the pack by a large margins? I guess, are you reformulating that one?
No, no, not right now. I mean, we reformulated it once, and the truth is actually because it's a rather expensive product, and it's absolutely loaded. You could reformulate it. You obviously could add some ingredients to it for recovery. I mean, you could make it a better intra workout. It just and to be fully transparent, Overtop is not one of our best selling products because Over the Top is not something that everybody needs. It's really loaded. You can go and buy Enigma and you're going to have a great experience and much cheaper. Over the Top, typically it's purchased by athletes,
Mm-hmm.
and people that have the money because again, being so loaded, it's not really a cheap product. So it never gained the same popularity as Assassin, Hooligan, and those products and proteins and Enigma. But those that are buying it on a regular basis, they continue to buy it because of what it is. So to be honest, I think last time I reformulated it was about 3 years ago, and just like Enigma, I don't see a reason yet. I might actually next year or the following year, but as of right now, no plans. But I think it's possible, even though it's loaded, it's definitely possible.
Just put a new flavor, put Masha's picture on the bottle, it'll sell right out.
That's it. Minus the melons.
Okay, with the protein flavors arguably being the best, as they're my favorite, any chance a protein bar or collab for snack products with Masha can be a thing?
With Basha, it could be. I think it definitely could be. But Shane knows I'm not a big fan of American protein bars. I'm not a big fan of. I mean, if I would do protein bars, I would have to go to Europe. I mean, I'm sorry, but just I feel I'm very competitive by nature, and from what I've seen. Not trying to. I know that the best selling, at least according to Vitamin Shop, and Shane might correct me here, but I know Bear Bells are killing it, and I think that David Barr. Now, I'll be honest, I don't like David Barr protein. I'm just not a fan of the taste. I'm sorry. Bear Bells, I really like, but they set the bar so high that I just don't think in United States anyone can compete with them. I mean, it's a Swedish company, and look, they're destroying everybody in the United States. As far as I know, that. What you call it, grenade is also very good. I've only tried one or two flavors. I believe they are British, and so if we are to do something that would be protein bars, I would have to look into European or do like extensive research in the United States. But using matcha as that angle, I think that it could probably work. It's just not in the cards right now, but probably in the future. Why not?
I feel Bear Bells is like Apollon, where they have like a new flavor like every 2 weeks, something new dropping like every 2 weeks with them.
Yeah, and look, this is, I mean, I typically say quality, transparency, quality. But when it comes to protein bars, I kind of understand that it's not of the highest quality. And this is something that, real athletes probably will not take when they're getting ready for a certain event or something. But, we're talking about protein bars, or we're talking about these. This is where I will overlook certain things, no problem. But we were talking about the taste, the texture, the quality in terms of how they taste. I just don't think anyone can touch those guys. They're so far ahead. It's just not even realistic. I think that, I think I texted Shane at one point that actually, no, I do remember. I think they won last year, right? They won, right?
Oh,
Functional
functional brand
food
of the
or
year.
something like
Yeah.
that. What did they win? Functional food, right?
Yeah.
And I told Shane, just give him 26 as well, because I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. They should be, every year, because right now on the horizon there's just nobody.
Shane, is there another? Because you put Bear Bells on my radar, which I love. Is there any other bars you like right now? Built is very big here. I see
Uh,
Built is very big in Massachusetts. I see them all over.
they got pretty good distribution. They're like a whipped bar as well.
Yeah,
Like they,
it's like a
it's a,
marshmallow fluff in the middle.
I'm sorry to
yeah, it's a,
interrupt, Shane. What is that company in Germany, that smaller brand that you introduced me to? Their bars were fucking amazing.
yeah, Fane. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they do a good one. But if I were to name one, probably Snack out of Denmark. They do very similar consistency to the Built Bar. Started last year, the year before, and very like similar idea to Bear Bells. So they try to recreate a lot of iconic Danish treats. So if you look at the website, each flavor is inspired by like maybe an ice cream or a traditional like dessert, and so they vary the consistency, they vary the inclusions, they vary the chocolate and the out coating, and it's ridiculously soft. Smaller bar too, but still good macros. I think it's 12. Could be wrong. I'm going to say 12 or 13 protein and under 200 calories. So not as good as Bear Bells in terms of balance, but still pretty good. Like the taste is, yeah. But because it's in Denmark, it's going to take them a while probably to get like that distribution. Bear Bells has been around for 9 years, I think.
Okay.
It took them a while to get the recognition they deserved.
Have you tried any of the ice creams they're dropping from a lot of these companies? Have you tried any of the ice creams, Shane?
Oh, David's ice cream.
David, and I know Rise was doing one. I know a couple of people are trying to hit the market again with them.
I remember Rise putting it out there, but like, I mean, the Rise put it out there, and then I haven't seen absolutely anything kind of that would suggest that yeah, it is like almost here. David put their teaser out there, had the launch plan, came out with it, put it in stores, made it like theirs was much more straightforward. But David's one made sense, right? They have EPG, like that's a low calorie, like fat replacement basically,
Yeah.
right? So more fat in an ice cream is inherently going to give you the ice cream texture. So like that's a hard, like that's arguably EPG is better suited for that than it is for a bar. Like it's just a match made in heaven, and
Well,
I mean
remember,
you can't really beat it.
Blackstone tried like I don't know 4 or 5 years ago and it failed miserably because they would charge
This
like
was
$10
just
a carton, and the frozen ice alone was like $15 to deliver, $20 to deliver.
yeah, but theirs was kind of like this, that was pretty much the Ninja Creamy situation. It was just protein powder with a bunch of like very few ingredients to get as lean as possible.
Okay.
David is entirely different. You've got the protein, you've got they maximize functional ingredients to get the calories and replicate the taste. Like I haven't had it, but I would suspect that it tastes like pretty fucking good. And with EPG, like a good amount, it's probably like not going to be comparative to like any other protein ice cream.
Okay.
Like 200 calories is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Shane, someone actually reached out to me. I don't know why they reached out to you, asking me if we knew anything about your ambassador program. Do you want to tell us about it? Like
Oh
what the concept is
yeah,
behind it?
I came up with it a couple of weeks ago. I've made it. I just haven't designed the reward system yet. So the idea would be you sign up, you get a link, and then every time someone goes to the website via this link, you could be rewarded with monetary value, basically. Um, Kind of like how you would have an ambassador who would sell, like send someone to your site, and then they would get a percentage of those sales. Ours is more based on just having a certain number of people come into the site, and you'd be returned via like I don't know, some kind of gift card or something. We haven't really. That's the part I haven't bothered to figure out yet.
So how's it different than me going to Apollon and signing up for theirs and going to Ghost and signing up for theirs? Like just going directly to the sites instead of like brokering for you.
No, there's no brokering. No, you just get a link to send someone to my site, not anyone else's. Just go to
Okay.
Stacked. Like you would share a story, say, "Hey, I saw this on Stacked. Go read it." That link would then get you some money.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to drive traffic to your site. I thought you were trying to drive traffic to like one of your brands that you write about.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
I've been thinking about it for a while, and so I finally put it together. Systematically, it works. Reward system, I just need to fine tune so that like you can go there and be like, "Hey, this is how much money I've earned. Send me a gift card." Type shit.
But you're already banging. Did I read you that you're
It's a little
doing?
more complex.
Did I read you to get like 75, 100,000 hits a day? I mean, you actually want more or something?
I wish it was 100,000, but no. I think it's like 20,000 maybe a day right now.
It's still pretty
On
impressive,
average.
though.
It's gone up quite a bit.
But with the ambassador program, you want more traffic to your site?
It would matter if I had no people or a lot of people. I just thought this was a cool idea and thought,
Yeah, I'm not knocking
let's see
it.
if I
I'm
can
not
make
knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
No, I had thought about this for years. I just didn't bother to sit down and do it. I was
Okay.
bored that day.
And then for Stack, do you have what's coming up? Is that it's not another Clash of the Cans, is it? Or what's coming up next for you guys?
Yeah, I got Clash of the Cans, best energy drink, or most popular energy drink.
Okay. And when is that going to go live?
I would really. That's now the first round. So you got 200 energy drinks to be voted on, and yeah, I mean, as much as I want Monster to win every year because that's who I vote for, people don't seem to share my sentiment.
Okay.
But I think it's also because most of the people that come to you probably from the supplement world,
Yeah.
and it's. I
Yeah.
mean, Monster would if it was a mainstream, Monster would smoke everybody.
100%. If you had it like outside of 7-Eleven, yeah, it would probably be Red Bull and Monster every day.
Next time you come to the States, Shane, you got to go to a supermarket called Aldi's because they're doing their own brands of the monsters and everything else. And supposedly they're very, very close.
Is that a UK supermarket?
I don't know if
German.
Oh, it's German. Oh, I thought it was US
Oh,
based.
hold on
Okay.
a second. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's the other one is German. I'm not sure. I think
You're thinking of
Aldi is
Lidl.
German, but could be Swiss or something.
Lidl is the German one, isn't
Lidl is the German, yes.
it? Yeah. Aldi is all over the UK.
So maybe it's UK.
I just assumed it was British.
It's possible. Yeah, I mixed it up with Lidl. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the European countries do their own brands, like quite well too. When I was in Italy, there was one I went to, and it was 99 cents. Was shit, but you know, it was
All
cheap.
right. All right. Well, as we wind down, guys, anything else here? I know it's been a long day for everybody. James is starting his day, and I know Robick's always going at 110 miles an hour here. Anything you want to tease from?
What was your issue with creatine gummies?
Because 99% of them are fucking failing.
Marsha just wrote Aldi is a German too. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Shane, the other thing too was I actually did a review the other day. There was a brand it was like 4 gummies. It was a pre-workout. 4 gummies equal 10 grams of actives. Okay, a traditional gummy can only hold 1,500 milligrams of actives.
Yeah,
So people are talking so far out of their ass. And also the macros are off. They're like, oh, no sugar, but yet there's 50 calories or this and that. It's a cash grab. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. That's just me.
But the thing is, again, with the mainstream, you know that athletes, it's kind of like Shane is doing the Clash of the Cans. He's probably going to be won by somebody like Ghost or one of those guys. But outside, Monster would smoke them. It's the same thing with gummies. From within the industry, or people at least that are, more health conscious and understand supplements, they're not going to go for gummies. But outside, gummies are definitely going to be the thing because they taste good, they sweet, and that's pretty much easy to consume. No mixing, no nothing, and people can just pop them, and that's the only reason. So it's a thing.
Yeah, but Robin, people get the energy drinks for the flavor. We've all agreed nobody drinks an energy drink for the buzz. People buy the gummies based on what they think they're getting, whether it's creatine or taurine or something. They don't buy it just to
No, see,
replace a gummy bear.
I agree with you,
I don't
but the
think that's
thing is
entirely
that you
true.
have protein pasta today. Protein pasta, I mean, it's shit. It's the same thing. It's a gimmick that people fall for it. So that's the reason why they're getting creatine gummies. And yeah, energy drinks. I mean, energy. And take what is it, 200 milligram of caffeine. Take two of these, it's 400, and then they take one scoop of a 400 milligram caffeine pre-workout. I mean, there is no comparison.
Yeah, I
I would
agree.
say that people have the gummies for the convenience because
Yeah,
it's. I wouldn't say necessarily it's what's in it. I think you and I would probably buy them for what's in it, but I don't think that's necessarily why me and you aren't the people that are driving the sales of these things. They were creatine gummies. I think it's just it people prefer to eat a candy to get their creatine, very obviously. But I don't think it's like, and even if you tell them there's not as much creatine in there as you expect, that doesn't deter them, which makes sense, right? Like if you got a counterfeit product in a poor country and you said, oh, that's not the real thing, they would probably just be like, oh, at least it's close. Never in their mind are they thinking there's nothing in there. But even like with the creatine gummies, there are a lot of brands that I've spoken to that understand the breakdown dilemma, but a lot of the reputable ones that I know, they're putting 6 grams in there, putting so that once it kind of comes out of
Degrades.
production, even degrade, you're still looking at just over 5 to 5.5, because there's no way. At least from one of the guys I talked to, he didn't think there was any way you could avoid it, especially on shelf stability. So he's like, you might lose a gram and a half, maybe even two, if it's a shit manufacturing. Um, if it's really shit, you might have none. But he was like, if you've genuinely done your research, you dig into it, they know what they're doing. You'll still lose a gram or two. He even told me that's why he puts in 6, and he tests out on average just above 5, and you could be 10% either side. But like, it's the bad actors that are probably just going in there being like, what's the cheapest I can get? Do around a 500. They don't really give a fuck. Probably comes straight from China, label it that way, and then no third party testing because it's probably coming from a gummy maker, not a supplement company. So
Yeah.
I imagine there's a lot of shitty people, but like you think about it this way, after the whole turkesterone thing, everyone stopped selling turkesterone. After the creatine gummies situation where people tested them and found out they were dog shit, the big brands didn't pull away, which in my mind would suggest that they are pretty confident in what they're selling. Not necessarily everybody else, but if they were going to lose money after seeing that out there, they would have fucking tucked their tail and pulled out right away. But a lot of them are like, I think they do test out pretty well, probably. Well, my proteins one was right up there. Like this, it's the shitty ones that you probably get pushed in front of you that you should have. Like if I had a shitty pre-workout brand that was like, hey, I got DMHA, DMA, alpha euhimbine, and 600 milligrams of caffeine. I know who the fuck they were. I'm not touching that with a 9-foot pole, like not even close. But some people would think otherwise, and that's probably the gummies that aren't great.
Yeah, but it's also like every single gummy person, they keep saying, well, there's no mess. Obviously, there's no mess, but how much of a spaz are you when you're mixing your pre workout or you're mixing your powder? Are you being that fucking messy? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but it's no different from any like me and you, like powders aren't. It's a daily thing of life, right? It's like
Okay.
similar to how like the whole injections with Americans, right? Like people who have prescriptions and medicines quite often, injections don't seem like that big of a deal. You go to a country where that's not a common thing. Like to get my medicine there, you'd be like, you'd probably see no needle, right? To some people that wouldn't be a benefit, but to others it would. So to the mainstream people, like, oh, I have to get out a big tub of protein powder. I have to fill my pantry with this big gaudy tub of creatine, right? No mess. Like, yeah, they probably have jars of pasta and candy in their cupboard anyway. So that is probably a highlight. I have a whole pantry of powders. It's no problem to me. For
Yeah.
someone who doesn't, I can see why they would be like, yeah, no mess. I still fucking put powder everywhere anyway, but that's not my problem.
See, we could beat this with a stick though, but I also look at it here in the U.S. as like, if it's so good, why aren't the good big brands doing it? Like Apollon's not doing it. NutriBio's have gummies. Core, Ghost, none of the big brands have
Oh,
gummies.
it's easy to
Makes you wonder
explain.
why.
It's easy to explain because we want, guys like Apollon, guys like NutriBio. I mean, again, I'm not going to speak for NutriBio or anyone else. I can speak for myself. Like for me, it's a matter of principle. I want to actually put out products that are good and that I'm proud of. It's for me, it's and I'm not bullshitting. I'm not just saying it. For me, it's a huge ego thing. Like I need to put out a good product. Like I can't
Yeah.
live with myself if I have a shitty product. It's not me. And the same thing goes for example, brand of the year. To me, this is very very important. But it's not just because of the releases. And I remember like what Shane said. Yes, releases are important, but it's not only about releases. It's about that those unique formulations, that impactful kind of something new, innovative, and something that works. And I think that that's the same thing. So for me, it's a matter of principle, not for somebody else. It's a principle for me personally, my
Yep.
team, and people around me. That I have to do it the right way. Just there's no other way for me. So for me, the supplement industry is still an industry that represents either health or it represents performance. But in both aspects, for me, it's very important that we put out the best in both worlds. But for some other people, for example, like you have Whole Foods, right? It's a supermarket. So they have products with protein, and it seems like it's good until you start reading the label. And, like the three of us, we will be start picking on it like, okay, the protein source is not that great, or something else is not that great. This is not
Yeah.
exactly very healthy. But at the same time, we will be the minority. We will be the minority. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, um, fighting a ghost. We're not gonna win this battle. So I think that from the supplement industry, it's just for people like me, and there are other brands. I'm not the only one. There are other good brands out there. It's very very important to stick to what we do best, because right now the supplement industry is very very diluted. I mean, look, why the protein prices are so high. They're ridiculously high. It's not because of us. We still buy the same amounts. It's because of the mainstream. Because you go to Starbucks and something that has 10,000 calories in a fucking drink, it has a splash of protein in it, but you have Starbucks on every corner. So they buying protein that truthfully they don't even need, but they drove the prices of our protein now through the roof. And somebody who actually wants to benefit and can benefit from what we are selling can't, because sometimes people cannot afford it. I mean, our protein prices have fucking doubled right now in terms of the cost because of those guys, and that's an issue. And then you have obviously protein with different kind of inclusions and candy and god knows what, and that also changed the industry quite a bit. So I think that kind of when it comes to creatine gummies, it's something that I personally don't like, personally will not use. But I'll tell you this, and Shane will attest to it. When we had a get together with Phil Heath, and he had his creatine gummies, and he let us try. Honestly, I couldn't fucking stop eating them because they were absolutely delicious. Loaded probably with sugar and all that kind of crap, but they tasted so good. And the last thing on my mind was that I was consuming creatine. To me, I was just eating something sweet and something cool. And I was enjoying myself. I had like fucking 10 gummies. Did I need them? Did they do anything for me? Other than probably gave me shitload of calories and sugar, nothing.
So Shane, do you think gummies is the biggest trend growing right now? Or is it still the energy drinks? Like, what's the biggest trend you think right now for category maybe?
In terms of supplements, I would say, well, I wouldn't say gummies is a category, I'd say it's a format, but gummy, like, I think Robert nailed it. Like, the format makes you feel like you're not, like, getting the powder out, scooping it up. There's so many steps involved. You just open a packet and eat it. It's like as easy as grabbing a snack out of the pantry, right? For a lot of people, and for the longest time, that's what kids did, right? Kids' products are in gummies, right? So you're familiar with eating your supplements, right? So it's not and the benefits are there. So all you got to do is sell people on what creatine does, and you surround people with it. It's not surprising that it picks up. Like you can't, like yeah. I mean, and as Robert said, the brands who have a reputation around attracting hardcore consumers who probably would think creatine gummies are pointless because you're already scooping 3 powders. Yeah, that's not Robick's audience. That's not. But the guys who are in the supermarkets, who are in, attracting teenagers and newer people and constantly spending money on ads, like Bucked Up does an edible, Animal does an edible, Muscle Tech does an edible, all these other brands that are like mainstream first or mainstream heavy. I'm surprised Ghost hasn't done one, to be honest. I would have thought it's a nice balance for them, like creatine and maybe estrogen or something like a that would seem right up their alley. I think maybe they're probably going to try and do a Ghost gummy mold. That would be perfect. Or put them in little packets. I don't know. They would. I would. If anything, I'd guess that they're probably working on one right now, or at
Okay.
least it's come across the table. I don't actually know. I'm just guessing, but
You
I
know.
think that suits them perfectly. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I reckon that concept is perfect for them to add their twist, and even partner up with Warheads or something. Like easy
I mean, they
like
had that, or they
collaboration.
still have. They had cereal, right, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. General Mills. They had the partnership with General Mills. Did a cereal.
I never
Fucking
tried it.
perfect.
From what I heard from most people, it didn't taste too good. But again, I don't know. I haven't tried
Oh
it.
no, the peanut butter is like every time. Whenever I go for like a show, it's not the best digestively diet to do, but whenever I go to like a expo or a convention for a week, I will go grab 2 boxes of Ghost cereal, maybe three. Probably a case of protein shakes, the real good foods, whey covered chicken nuggets, and maybe some Quest chips. And that's literally all I will eat. And the ghost peanut butter is really good. The frosted one, not so much. I didn't find it was the peanut
Oh,
butter
I'm
had a
sorry. I
perfect
mixed it
masking
up. I
ability.
heard that they protein bars are not very good. But again, I could be wrong.
The Ghosts, I don't think they're
I
bad.
like what they.
The Twixt ones, I like them. They're like Twix almost.
They are nothing like Twix. What are you
But I
talking
mean,
about?
no, they come in two separate bars like a Twix. They're two separate
That's
cookies.
yeah. I was gonna say no. I like that they did something different. I feel like they could have done. It still feels like a protein bar in a weird way. Like not to go down the road rabbit hole, but it still has that base kind of protein bar-y, doughy taste. Like I like that they did something different, right? The Twix strip and the chocolate coating. I liked that, but I felt like maybe a bit more sugar to give it that candy feel. But the problem was it was already like 270 calories for 20. So
Yeah.
I don't. I liked what they tried to do. I liked that they tried to do it, and like you know, it came out within 3 flavors. I would have preferred to see a bit of breakdown of texture, so it's more candy bar esque, where like you'd have a smooth and a gooey and then a crunchy.
You're just spoiled by Bear Bells, is what it comes down to.
Hey man, look, I try protein bars of all origins. Bear Bells, I think just does it. Their whole concept is different. Like they get a bar. They're not like if Robic made a bar, he's sitting there going, I need to have 20 grams of protein, carbs not too high. He might probably try and add some caffeine to it. I don't know, but you know
400 milligrams bar.
600 milligram.
he's designing it like a supplement company, right? It's function first. Bear Bells is like, hey, I really like this candy bar I tried the other day, or I remember this treat my grandma made me. Let's try and recreate it. And then that's why you get the varying protein counts. In their soft series, it's anywhere from 15 to like 18. And they will adjust it to make sure that they get the form that they're trying to get first
Okay.
before they're trying to get the macros. So it's a different, and that's what this audience is different. Like Robert, their fan base would expect something that's like 20 grams of protein, probably 25 just because. And then like they would expect that. Whereas Bear Bells is built around, it was supermarkets first. It wasn't necessarily like I remember seeing it in supermarkets long before I saw it in supplement stores. So like for them, their whole game is to recreate something like that's like a candy bar. And in Sweden, it is beside candy bars. It's not in its separate section. So it's a different mentality altogether.
Okay. Okay. So, Robic, what's next on the Apollon agenda?
Bare knuckle. I think in about 2 to 3 weeks we should be able to release it. So that's a big release. And then immediately after that is that I mean you both know about it, but Shane got very excited about it, so that makes me feel good. We have
Oh
something
yes,
coming.
this one. Oh yeah.
The one from Marina. That's the one that
Yep.
he was more excited about it than I was, and I started seeing it with his eyes, and I got overly excited about it. So that one, for beginning August, and then end of August we have Hooligan, and then September, might as well already say it, we have a collaboration with Shane on Lionheart that is definitely different.
Are we gonna have 6
I
flavors like the last one? Are we gonna have 6 different flavor profile like the last one, Shane, or
There's
no?
3, you son of a bitch.
Great. But it's
Doesn't
when
it doesn't it
you
doesn't
know what,
fucking mean anything. You've got to half scoop it anyway.
No,
you,
Lionheart, I'll full scoop. Fuck you.
it's you know what, I told him that let's do it his way, and he did go on a flavor. He definitely went different way, and
Kiwi?
no, it's a cool flavor. It came out good,
I don't like
and
kiwi, to be honest.
and then it's just gonna be. All I'll say is it's different. It's a different Lionheart. It's if Lionheart was a little bit more towards athletes that are combat sport, and the Hooligan was more bodybuilding. This one kind of, I think, both worlds will like it.
So am I hearing double the caffeine then if Shane's name is on this?
It's different.
No,
It's
not
different.
double the
Just like
caffeine.
Shane.
No, I
Yeah.
still want Sean. I still wanted Sean to take it. I was sitting there thinking, like, hey, if I make a tweak to the formula, I can't raise the caffeine because then Sean won't be able to have the whole experience. And so, like, I stopped myself from doing that purely because of the senior citizens of the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a product that you and Eric can split halfsies.
I I still have 2 bottles of your last collab because that thing's gold. I'm gonna sell it in like 2 years for like $500 a jar.
I'm probably going to clump and shit.
I still have I still have the tub. It's in the corner. Still have it.
So wait a minute, Masha's saying it was hard to flavor. Masha, was he that much of a bitch driving you crazy?
It was a bitch to flavor it. That was, and you know what? Like, I remember I texted Shane. I was like, "Holy shit, it came out nasty." He goes to me, "Oh, maybe we should think of something else." I'm like, "Nope, we're gonna continue." Yeah, I mean, she did a good job on that. She really did a good job because Shane did not make it easy for us.
So Shane, are you gonna come to the States and help us celebrate like launch day or launch weekend?
Shane's gonna be in the States.
I am. Yeah, I am. I'm in September. I'm going to China and then straight to the US. I don't know. I don't know exactly my schedule, but I am.
I think we have a launch party. I think I hear a launch party at Paul and Jim.
We're gonna have fun for sure. Shane definitely was gonna come to the Apollon. We're gonna have fun.
All right, how many? Masha's not shared. How many flavors of bare knuckle are you dropping?
Three.
Okay, and hooligan.
Three.
Okay, what's the everyone half scoopy? Yeah, that's me, hipster half scoopy.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
fucking
Chris.
agree, dude.
Uh,
On the next product, whatever it be, on the next assassin, just write, just don't put a fucking half scoop column. Just be like single, just in case people get confused about how you take it.
just put the Sean scoop. Don't put half. Just put SS and then scoop.
Just put like a little old man with a walking cane, like a little icon above at the top.
And it's gonna be Sean, right?
No, no.
Where's
Well,
that? Right?
you know how they have they have retirement communities in the States. I don't know if they have in New Zealand. So we're gonna have
Yeah.
retirement community half scoop.
Robert, you're not much younger than me, man. Don't poke fun. You're not much younger than me.
Well, at least I don't take half
Yeah,
scoops.
but yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, to be
Doesn't
honest,
matter
I'm
how
I'm a,
old
I'm
you
a
are.
more of a Lionheart though fan. I mean, that's my go-to. I like
It doesn't
Lionheart.
matter how old you are. It's how much you're scooping. That's what fucking matters.
Yeah, but Robert going whole scoop at an assassin. I know that for a fact. Don't lie.
Oh no, no,
I
no!
don't
I've
think
done
you.
half scoop of assassin, but I just assassin in general is not my pre-workout. I always said it's just not my thing. I just like something. I prefer hooligan to assassin, and but my go-to is definitely Lionheart, especially the one that collab with Shane. That one is something special.
Okay, Masha's
That's
saying
actually a
collab
good
with
point.
me. We'll call it the half scoopy.
No, for April Fools next year, make a product called Half Scoopy. Yeah.
And with Sean's face on it.
Me and Eric, yeah, side
And
by
put
side.
put it in gummies.
Screw you. All right, gents. We'll wind down. I think that's a good way to stop. But as always, it's good seeing you guys.
Thank you, guys.
And Robin, thank you for coming back. I know I had the weekend with you, and you still wanted to come back and hang out again tonight.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, folks. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of the week.